What's happening? What's up? I think I see Jay Carly. What's up, Jay Carly? Yep. All right. Alright, let me get this in the group. Okay, so I have it in the group and I have it on my timeline. Now, I need to get it into the chat.
I'm doing this for the
Nice. Daniel say he's sitting on the beach with the earbud, listening to 301 and 336. Yes, indeed. Now that is a vacation. Yep, and it definitely is going to pay off. Alright, so we should be all distributed. Alright. Oh, you on Fire Island. Wow. Okay. Fire Island. Is that Florida? I want to say Florida, but I'm not sure. What's up, Garrett? What's up, Doc? Thought I saw Renee peek her head in there. What's up, Renee? What's up, Matthew? Mustafa? Okay. Alright, let me see. Thomas said, just curious, how do you plan for the next trading week? Exactly what I'm doing right now. Do a recap, talk about the week that we're coming off of. Benita, what's up, man? You know, talk a little bit about the week that we're coming off of, and just keep the mindset focused. You know, that's why, like, I love to do the recaps. I love to do Facebook Lives. Well, now more so like YouTube Live. Like during the day when I go on YouTube and I'm on live and we're watching the charts. Powerful stuff right there. Adam, what's good? It's good. But yeah, that's kind of like how you just prepare going into the next week. You know, you don't let up. It's like you just don't let up. Then, you know, it's interesting too because when I leave the recap, then I'll go in the car. On the way home, I'll be playing training. When I get to the house, I'll be playing training. As I'm eating dinner, I'll be listening to training. Probably watching movies or whatever with my wife, listening to training with one earbud in. Crazy, it just never stops. Oh, Daniel, you in Long Island? Okay. Fire Island. Why am I not familiar with that? And you're on vacation there. Okay, so it's a ferry ride from Long Island to Fire Island? Is that what it is? JT, what's good? And Warva, what's good? Yeah, that sounds interesting, man. 5 hours. Well, being that it's in New York, it seems like I gotta visit. Never been there. I didn't even know what it was. Okay. Alright, Jay Carly's in the building getting situated. Oh, I finally caught you when you got off work today, huh? Well, you can thank Lulu for that. Adam said at the amusement park with the fam, tuning in real quick while the little ones are in line. Nice. Nice. So how'd you guys do this week? Let's talk about it a little bit. Let's talk about it. Steven. Yes, me too. Definitely hope everyone had a successful week. Yeah, we're gonna get into it now. Matter of fact, talk a little bit about it. I think who was it said that they were 0-0? Oh, Daniel. Daniel's 0-0, but he's on vacation. So he mentioned also that he's training. He got the earbuds in. So doing it right. You know, definitely doing it right. I was 1-0. Actually, no, I was actually 2-0 this week. I took a couple of trades in my normal size account. So I didn't do anything with the blueprint this week or last week. I think last week I might have took one trade for the blueprint project. What the hell? Get the hell out of here. Thought I felt something crawling on me. Benito said he was 1-0. Steven 0-0 for the week. Been doing more study on previous trades. Very good. Very good. Jay Carly said 0-0 for 84 years. Matthew 4-0. Bang. David 3-0. Bang. All right. Very nice. I also want to mention I saw multiple MRMHs this week on the Aussie. I saw various people post for the Aussie this week. I think Dion posted a couple of times, and I definitely saw Matthew post once or twice. James Wallace, what's good? Victor, what's good? Yeah, so this week was solid. I mean, another solid training week as always. But it's interesting to see the various differences with what people are doing. Some people might be might be catching trades, and then others may not be. So I like to actually see diversity when it comes to the results, because whether you're taking trades or not taking trades, you should always know the reason why or why not. And I believe that we do know. You know, it's just like if you didn't take any trades, you should know why you didn't take any trades. Like I know for me personally, one of the reasons that I have not taken a lot of trades. And I mean, like, what does a lot even mean? What, like a trade every day, I guess? The times that I've been on the charts on multiple different days, you know, led to me either not having as much time as I normally would have, which I really didn't. Like, so in the last couple of weeks, I didn't have as much time as I normally would. That's one. Second thing is, the times that I did get on the charts, there may not have been opportunities to do anything, and that's cool. Like, you got to be all right with that, and you got to just be good with that. Jay Carly said there was one today on the panel. Okay. Yeah, but you know, like knowing why or why not is important, and it's also empowering, because as you begin to understand the dynamic behind why you did not take a trade, the same reason if you understand why you did take a trade, then you'll know exactly what the reason was for you personally. You know what I mean? What's up, Mike Z? What's up, Rena? What's good? What's good? What's good? Cousin popped in real quick. What's up, Cedric? Yeah, but yeah, that was today, right, Jay Carly? I think you said you saw 4 different opportunities, and it's crazy too, because there were trades available today on the pound dollar, for example, and I wasn't on the chart at the time. So like today, I didn't even take a trade. So that's an example of what I mean about, you know, primarily for me, the reason that I didn't have as many trades is because my availability was limited. So I know why I didn't take as many trades this week. You know what I mean? Jay Carly said, this is a constant issue. I be too nice, then I lose confidence. Then I be nice, then lose confidence, more training. She said, I haven't been training 24/7 like usual. I've been training like 12/7. Gonna revamp. She said, yeah, there were 4. I watched them all go by. So that's actually interesting that you're saying that. I kind of want you, if you can, elaborate on that. Now, what would you say is the primary difference? Now, basically, you're saying that you cut. It's like you cut your training time that you normally would do in half, right? Based on what I just saw you type, Jay Carly. 1, did it make a difference? And 2, what difference did it make? So that's a 2-part question. Did it make a difference? And if so, what was the difference? And I'm very interested to hear the response from you. LaZaven was good. What's up, Shani? What's up, Cameron? What's up, Ash? Jay Carly said, yes, it makes a difference that I cut it in half. And if you can, I would like you to elaborate on that, which I believe you will. She said, and the difference is that when I'm not training 24/7, then I'm missing what I know. That's hard right there. That's hard. Now, mind you, if you know who Jay Carly is, you know that Jay Carly's been training like for over a year. So now this is coming from somebody that's been training for a year plus, right? Actually going on 2 years now, okay? This is what she says. Let me repeat the question. Shani's asking me to say it again. The question was, did training less, because Jay Carly indicated that she trained less than she normally does, like over the past week or so. And my question was, one, did it make a difference? And two, if it did make a difference, what was the difference? So her response was, yes, it makes a difference, because she normally trains 24/7. So she said that she cut it in half. And then she said that the difference is that when she's not training 24/7, then she misses what she knows, which is crazy. When you think about what she's saying, it's different when you hear from somebody other than me say it. Like when I say it all the time. So for me, it's, I sound like a broken record, I'm sure. But when you hear from somebody else, you kind of understand it a little bit more from the perspective of someone that's more like how you are, because Jay Carly represents you. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody that didn't know about this at all when they first started. And this is someone that's been training for like, going on 2 years now. Even that much exposure to the market and to what we do, she's saying that just the fact that she trained less, there was a difference. In other words, she's saying that by training less, she's missing out on what she knows. So now it's like, that's kind of crazy, because like, let's elaborate on that a little bit. That's crazy when you think about it. You elaborate on that a little bit, it's like, all right, what that means is that the reinforcement is that important, because reinforcement is what you get through the repetition. And I'm gonna read what y'all are saying actually too, because I see y'all responding to this, and this is good. This is good. Jay Carly said, it may be because of what I told you, just personal stuff, and I probably shouldn't be on the chart other than to observe. Plus, I purposely have been just observing for the past 3 weeks, and then this week I was ready, but the market wasn't. So whenever I got impatient, I logged off because I know better. Then she says, and I really believe that it's because I haven't been on live training. Wow. So I'll be back Sunday and every night again. That was a dumb idea I had about not doing live training. I be thinking too much, like you said. And yes, I have told her that on numerous occasions. She said I must really need the repetition. Woo, Lord. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. See, and I love when it comes from someone else aside from me. It's hard, man. It's hard. Adam out there on the bumper cars. All right, let me come back real quick to some of these comments. What's up, Slav? What's up, Jackie? Let me come back. So Slav said he's taking a break until Sunday. Okay, and that's cool. Cedric said, given that I'm a full-time day trader and going by a risk management profile of at least 3 to 1, going for a position in binary with a higher loss-win ratio, it's tough. That seems like it will be the most difficult. And that I'm glad that you're saying that, Cedric, because you're giving a perspective of someone coming from a Forex background and also someone who trades. So I definitely understand what you mean. Slav said, but it shouldn't be tough. If you don't think you will, win, then don't trade until you feel like you won't lose after more training. That's hard. That's all. Let me reread that. He said, if you don't think you will win, then don't trade until you feel like you won't lose after more training. Whoa. So you guys y'all are getting an idea of what the common denominator is. Like, Slav is somebody that's brand new. Like Slav is brand new and he's very young. So he represents someone specific that trains. Someone younger and someone that's new to this, like it's brand new to them. Now, Jay Carly represents somebody that was brand new at the time. It was brand new to her also. She didn't come from Forex. She didn't know anything about trading at all. And she started training. Now, I'm always interested in the perspective of the brand new person and then the perspective of the person that has way more time and experience with training, because you get to see that there's no difference between the two. Which I know sounds crazy. It's like, well, what do you mean? What I'm saying is that there's no difference between the way Slav has to train and the way Jay Carly has to train. Now, mind you, Jay Carly's been training for almost 2 years. There's no difference between how they have to train and how I have to train. And I've been in the financial markets for 27 years. Y'all following me? So what I'm trying to reiterate is that the reinforcement is always necessary, and it's a constant ongoing thing that you must do in order to maintain the mindset. Like, your mindset is what controls your actions. Your mindset is what controls your focus. So it's the training and the constant repetition over and over again that keeps your mindset on track where it needs to be all the time. This way, when you're dealing with the market, which is something that changes and is dynamic, you don't change. Your mindset does not change. You remain focused. You see? Because as soon as you lose your focus, that's when you start to do different things, which leads to different results in the market. You see, it's not the other way around. It's not that the market changed. Like if you think about it, this is how people will interpret it. They'll say, man, the market changed up, man. The market didn't change up. The market is doing the same shit right now that it was doing last week. The same shit right now it was doing last year, 2 years ago, 3. It doesn't matter when you select the time period. The market is always going to be the market. So the only thing that's ever changing is you and your mindset and your perspective. Now, question becomes, is it elevated? Or is your mindset actually elevated? Is it becoming easier for you to focus? Or are you slacking off and losing focus, and at the same time, through you losing the focus, you lose your perspective on the market, and it affects your results? See, now we're dealing with the truth. That's what really happens. So, I don't talk about training and the constant ongoing for nothing. Like, you guys see the level of training that I put in. And like I said, I'm not different than you. I have to train also. And for me, I probably have to train more than you, because as your skill elevates, you're in position now, if you wanted to do a bunch of different things, but it's wiser not to do a bunch of different things and to maintain focus. So instead of me trying to take more trades, I'm looking for ways to trade less so that I can have more time. I want the time. Like, the reason that I'm doing this is for time freedom. I'm not doing this to become a slave to the charts. I don't want to be a slave to the charts. I want my time. My time is valuable to me. So, I wanted to just give like my insight on that, because I think that that's very important to kind of elaborate on. That's powerful what they're saying. Like, I'm just looking at it from two different perspectives, from You know, Slob, who was the brand new person, Jay Carly been training for almost 2 years. They're the same. It's remarkable, man. Jay Carly said, we need the training even after we're trained. This is what I'm talking about. Shani said, training is a lifestyle. We plugged in. We are plugged in. He said it's daily operation, whether it's live training or the live video chats. You must be plugged in daily. I just said plugged in and he already typed it. I didn't even read it. I kid you not. I swear to you. I didn't even read what he typed. And did I not just say plugged in? Yeah. Oh my goodness. You must be plugged in daily. It's a must. Matthew said, if you don't keep your mind sharp, you will naturally get dull. Jay Carly said, however, because our training is so strong, I didn't lose from impatience or frustration. And I'm not frustrated about not getting a trade this week either. I've seen so much market slapping through observation. I was struggling to trust what I saw today. She says, TA is a lifestyle. I think I'm just doing too many things at once. I'm going to make a schedule and dedicate time to each thing, so I'm not all over the place. Now, isn't that what we talk about all the time? Self-awareness? Ed saying, we train to tighten up. All the time, man. All the time. Just like y'all are saying, it is a lifestyle. Like, it literally is a lifestyle. That's a little better right there. Dan, you said, for me, it's the voice I hear or not hear when I miss training. Work has been so crazy for me since the beginning of June. I haven't been able to be on live training. This represents freedom for me. So I listen to training on repeat to remind myself of that fact. Jay Carly said, I've never been more self-aware than I am right now. I'm ready to just say, like, you can't mess up when you train. It's like, on whatever level that you stay plugged in, it gets into you so deeply that, like, all right, and matter of fact, Jay Carly's probably the perfect example to use, right? Because she is obsessive. She has obsessive tendencies like me. Like, I can recognize that because I do. Now, when somebody is obsessive, right, they overdo it. That's like the behavior that we do. You can't do it half-assed. Like, you just overdo it. Like, damn, you still doing that? Yeah, that's what we do. You know what I mean? So when you're obsessive, that's the behavior that you do. Now, she represents that behavior, right? So she does that with training. Now, for whatever reason, she pulled herself away from it a little bit. Not completely. She already said and identified what she did specifically. She said she put in half the time. So she cut it in half. Look at how crazy it is, where in spite of her doing that, just like she just said, the training is so powerful that even though she did less training, she was able to identify the differences between what she would normally do versus what she did as a result of that, but she still didn't mess up. Does that make sense? So it's like, even when you put yourself in position to slip, you don't slip because that's how strong the training is. It sinks into you so deep, even if you in position to mess up, you won't mess up. You realize how crazy that is? It's like you always know in the back of your mind, because the training is there, especially when you train and you listen, because you're training at the subconscious level. So just like I talk about that all the time, how it's there, but you don't know it's there. You're not conscious and aware of it, but it is there because you listen to the training on repeat. So for whatever reason, you know things in the back of your mind and you feel things and don't know why and can't explain it, but it is there. And the fact that it's there keeps you in the mindset. You're still in the mindset, even though your focus might be a little off because you're not training at the level that you would prefer to, or that you know that you're capable of training at. And that is remarkable, man. That's remarkable. Because I'm like, if as long as you just train, you ain't gonna mess up. And not messing up is value. That's where the value is. Jay Carly said, and I'm doing this fast for enlightenment. And it's crazy all the feelings that get pushed out when you're not eating anything. Yep. 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 When you do a fast, stuff gets an opportunity to come out of you because you're not putting anything in. Fasting is powerful too, definitely. What's up, Mark Z? Let me come back real quick. Cedric said, I trade for a living is definitely a lifestyle. I can't imagine ever working for someone again. Tread the thought. See, that's his why right there. That's a strong why to have, what he just said. He just said he dreads the thought of working for somebody. Woo, that's hard right there. Dan, you said it's the nuggets that keep me going. Motivation. What's up, Chris Jones? Shani said, Mark, your consistency and your ability to show up every day with the TA group sets the tone, and it's a blueprint to follow. It's not just the TA classroom, which is the live trainings, but it's the group chat and live chat check-ins that gives us ability to stay in tune with the market. That is a fact. That's a fact. And I know that that's right because that's what it does for me. So it's like, it's very, like I love that because what Shani is pointing out is the way that I see it for myself. Like, you understand what I'm saying? What he's saying that it has an effect on as far as the overall group, that's exactly what it does for me. So, you know, I would be remiss to not do it because I need that. Does that make sense? Like, I need it just like y'all need it. That's why I'll never let up. Like, it's not even in the conversation. Like, I don't even understand that. Like, letting up ain't an option. That's not an option at all. And then you see what the result of that is. We get on them charts, and when, you know, opportunities come, that market is getting in position and getting right and is paying out. We right there. Bang. You know, and it's just amazing stuff. It really is. I can bowl was good. The training this week was crazy. What I tried to do this week primarily, I wanted to focus on, you know, like Q&A. I like to get feedback from the group so that I can see what needs the most attention and the most focus at the time. And this week was hard. There was one, I forgot which one it was, and I had meant to mention this to you guys also. It's whatever training, I think I put 7 stars on. It might have been the one from yesterday. It was either last night's training or the one from Wednesday. One or the other. But that training was remarkable. I played it back and listened to it. It just blew me away. Slav said, depending on how I do with trading options, I might want to start learning other things when I have some savings put aside from NADEX in case anything would ever happen to the market or the NADEX platform. Never a bad idea to get into real estate or investing. Of course not. Of course not. I'm into all of that. Like that's definitely a smart thing to always do. Put yourself in position, definitely. And I'm glad that Slav is even pointing that out because he's very young, so he's, you know, thinking, just doing forward thinking, which is important. He said, I was thinking about going to school or getting training lessons from successful investors before I decided to try this trading thing out. This was like less than 6 months ago. Right. Yep. And I mean, listen, the fact that you ran into TA, the education that you're getting here, man, is crazy. Like this is like being in a university. It really is, because it's in motion. Like you know, when you think about like a curriculum or a training course that someone is learning, usually the course is set to be whatever it is. Like it's a course that's set up and it's breaking things down for you and it's teaching you a specific thing, right? Now, think about the fact that you're learning a specific thing here, but the specific thing that you're learning is how to navigate things that change. What am I talking about? What changes all the time? The market. The market is a never-ending entity that's constantly changing. And it's changing, but it's not changing. So what I mean is that it's changing as far as what and how it is doing things. But the fact that it always changes means it doesn't change. Like it's very difficult for people to comprehend that. Like you might hear me say quite often, like, nah, the market don't never change. It always does this. Like, what do I mean when I say that? What I'm saying is that the market is always doing something and you're trying to keep up with what it is doing at the time. Now, you're either talented at doing that, which is keeping up with it, or you have no clue at all and you're not trying to keep up with it because it's too much for you to keep up with, which is how the majority of everyone treats the market. They're like, oh man, the market is crazy. You gotta be careful, and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And then here we are training and figuring out how to navigate and stay on pace with the market so that we don't lose trades on the platform that we use. And it's like, what? Like, how y'all doing that? How y'all not losing trades? So when you think about the skills that we have from that perspective, it's like you're learning something specific, but what you're learning is how to navigate something that is always constantly changing. And that is, man, I'm telling you, man. It's like this is a whole nother level. Whole nother level. Slav said, crazy thing is I've watched on and off for around 2 years. A lot of NADEX trading channels, including you, just never thought it would be serious, so I just took it for granted and kept opting out. Mainly because most channels were about promoting signals and strategies, and those two have such a bad rap. And I was always too skeptical about it. Gotcha. What's funny is that it's a bunch of people that have been watching for years. Like since I've been doing this, they've been watching it the whole time. And it takes them time to eventually, decide like, damn, still going, he's still doing it. Still doing the same thing. Getting the same results. Maybe I should go and let me just go ahead and find out what it is. And then they make their way over here. But the vibration that we on is like being bit by a bug anyway. So even if you're not in the group with us, you on the outside looking at the videos and whatnot, you got bit already. So it's only a matter of time before you come here. Matthew said, empires get built brick by brick. Lay a brick every day. Lord, I remember. You know what I be thinking about sometimes? I think about how the Great Wall of China got built. I forgot how long they said it took, but it took I think it took hundreds of years. It took hundreds of years to build that wall. The wall is up. The wall is up. Jay Carly said the ultimate goal is to have more than one stream of income. I don't think any of us just trade. We are all go-getters. That's how we all came together. Absolutely. Plus TA training works with everything you want to do in life. Facts. That was hard. Yes, it was. Navigate things that change. Yep, because that's what it is. That's what it is. It's like, that's what I was referring to when I mentioned the course. Like, you get into a training course, you learn the one specific thing that at some point might become irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? What we're learning and what we're doing never becomes irrelevant, because what we're learning is life lessons, but we're just learning how to apply life lessons to the market. Now that's hard. Life lessons ain't ever going nowhere. You learning how to apply life lessons to the market? Jesus. Goodness gracious. Mick, what's good? What's up, Kenneth? Cedric said monthly price isn't bad, so made the decision to join easier. Exactly. Right, to make it a no-brainer, basically. Ed said, been here a month, made my first trade today, and I don't regret one bit of time it took to invest in my understanding of the market, enhancing my patience, and being willing to listen to the wisdom TA has to offer in us all. Clarity all the way around. Yeah, I caught that. I caught it. Learning to navigate something that changes all the time. That's insane. And that's what your skill set is. Your skill set is learning how to navigate something that always changes. Jeez, sound like he's trying to break something. surely do. She said I get so deep sometimes I shock myself. Because I don't be knowing where none of this be coming from, first of all. Like, it just comes out of nowhere. I mean, I know where it comes from. It comes off the vibration, but it just comes out of nowhere. It's like, damn, where'd that come from? And it's all facts. And that's why I said that, you know, like as far as it being, we're learning life lessons and learning how to apply life lessons to the market. So once again, we're learning how to apply life lessons to something that changes all the time. Come on, man. Come on. Earlier when I was on the YouTube live, I had mentioned how, like, you know, I took, when I look back, I actually took 2 trades this week. One of the trades, and I did this in my normal size account, my personal account. One of the trades I had posted in the group. You know, it was a larger size trade. Like, I think it was an 80 contract, something like that. Off that one trade, and I'm only telling you guys this to put it in perspective. Like, I'm not bragging or anything. You know I don't do that. But I'm telling you this specifically to put things in perspective so that you maintain focus. Like, if you focus, the focus is what keeps you grounded on the journey. So, like, I know when people look at how I move, they're like, damn, I don't know how you could do that all the time. And it's like, it's easy to do. When you're focused, it's easy to do something all the time. You just do it. Like, you don't think about it. You don't have to think about it. You just do it. You execute. So because I have really mastered that as a habit, that's a habit to me. So it transcends into everything that I do, like on every level, not just trading, but just everything that I do. The same way that, you know, once I make a decision to do something, I'm going to do it. I decided we're going to do the recap every week. Every week we do a recap. I decided I'm going to go live every day. Every day I go live. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the consistency comes from the ability to focus. The ability to focus is the skill. So now what I'm bringing up the trade for is because right now, the position that I'm in within trading, I put myself in the position that I'm in, and I've been here the whole time. Like, I'm not sure if you're catching that yet, but just follow me. I've been in this position since last year, the year before that. Like, since I've been trading on NADEX and winning my trades, I put myself in position immediately. What do I mean by that? I knew what account size I needed to be at in order to generate the income that I know that I always need to have. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like how I broke it down in the Blueprint project. The purpose of the growth phase is exactly what I'm explaining to you that I did. And I'm not talking about what I did in the Blueprint project. I'm talking about what I did originally. The first thing I did was what in the Blueprint project you would call the growth phase. Back then, this is then, 2017, I started with $100. Then took $100 up in my normal account to where I am now. Quickly. Got there. Once I was there, I've been there ever since. Like, you're following me? So I know that being in that position, I don't have to trade every day. I'm not under pressure to take a trade every day. In fact, I go for weeks. I can go for 2-3 weeks without taking a trade if I want to. A month. And then the fact that I can do that, right? And because I'm always in position, if I just so happen to get on the charts Like this happened when I was on vacation, when I went away earlier this year. While I'm on vacation, I wasn't on the charts like that. But a couple of times I happened to come to the charts. There was a trade right there waiting. Boom. Money in the bank. I didn't expect to do that. You understand? But I'm in position to do it all the time. Always in position. So the fact that you can put yourself in position to be able to do this and generate your income, and like I'm giving you an example of what I'm talking about now with that trade from this week, 80 contracts. That one trade paid my bills for 3 or 4 weeks. One trade. The reason I'm telling you this to put it in perspective for you. So you understand as you're moving, there's no need for you to be stressed out. There's no need for you to have pressure. There's no need for you to be worrying about how many trades you're gonna get. Put yourself in the growth phase. Well, first, let me rewind. Get your skill in check. You need your mindset to be focused. This is what the training does. So really the first phase before the growth phase is the training phase. Get your mindset focused. When your mindset is focused, now you're in position. See, you're in position even before your account gets in position. The first thing that gets in position is your mindset. The next thing that gets in position is your account. You're following me? You can't get your account in position without the mindset first. This is what you're doing now. That's why this is so valuable for you. All of this training, all these lives, all these recaps, 24-hour group chat, all the stuff that we're doing all the time is getting you in position with your mindset. You have to have that first. Don't worry about whether there was trades. Don't worry about how many trades you didn't take this week. Don't worry about, oh man, I didn't take a trade this week. So what? That's not the question. The question is your mindset focused so that you're in position mentally when you get on the charts. If a trade comes, boom, you're ready to take the trade. That's the question. You see where I'm going with this, right? Now that's hard. That is, see, once you grasp that, it's all over. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. The money comes after. It follows after. Let me read some of these comments. Jay Carly said it's part of your purpose, and that's why being in TA orbit changes your life and not just your skill. Jesus. Matthew said, I came to the realization today. Let me read this. He said, I came to the realization today, if a person isn't willing to pay $35 a month to change their lives, they aren't going to be willing to put in the work either. He said, this hit me when the guy I told you about yesterday asked me to train him instead of him signing up for training. I ended it with telling him not to talk to me about trading and good luck. Lord have mercy. Jesus. Jay Carly said, yes, I told someone this week that they need to quit eating out. Don't buy no Starbucks. Etc. There's always a way unless you just don't have any income at all. And then it's for real, how bad do you want it? You see why y'all see why I keep saying this is life lessons? Y'all hear what they're saying? Come on, man. This is life lessons, man. Jay Carly said, and those of us who took the hard way to learn, it would be audacious for any of us to quit or give up now. The audacity, right? Exactly. They call it her big words. Would be audacious. She said if I quit now, Mark coming to Kansas. What's funny is that I literally would probably do that too. Like I'd get on a plane and go physically lay hands on J. Cole. Talk about quit. I'm like, quit what? No, but no, in all seriousness though, like this is hard stuff, man. My goodness. Ed said it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Cedric, on average, how many opportunities come about in a day or a few hours? Well, Cedric, it depends on if you want to win or not. If you want an opportunity to trade, it's endless. If you want an opportunity to win, we're talking about something different now. That's my response to that question. It's like, what opportunities are you talking about? Trading opportunities or winning opportunities? Because if you're gonna win, it's gonna be up to the market to determine how many are gonna be there, and it'll be up to you to determine if you'll be there when the market is giving it to you. That right there is a hard answer that I just gave you. That's solid. And that's a hard pill for some people to swallow, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Like, I'm giving you the honest answer. That's the honest answer right there. It may not be the one that you want to hear, but that's the honest answer. Muhota, what's good, man? Yeah, and Cedric, if and when you get into training with us, you'll see that it's not about, being on the charts all the time. It's about making the best use of the time that you are on the charts and knowing why. Knowing why you did not trade, and at the same time, if an opportunity is presented to win, knowing why you did trade. See the difference between those two things? We're not here to learn how to potentially win. We are here to be conditioned not to lose in the market, because losing it's a double-edged sword. And I'm gonna make this last point before I get out of here. Losing is a double-edged sword. The first part of losing is the fact that you lost money. The second part of losing is the fact that you are emotional about losing. You're emotional that you lost. Regardless of whether you know why you lost or you don't know why. It's worse if you don't know why you lost. If you do know why you lost, at least you know that you can prevent it from happening again. But there's still an emotional attachment to the loss. You have your emotions invested in your trading. So when you lose, it affects you emotionally. You see? And we're training to not be emotional. Not only that, we're training not to lose in the first place. So if you follow the training and the protocol of what we do, you're being conditioned not to lose at all, so that you don't have to deal with yourself when you become emotional about a loss. Yo. Oh my goodness. I know somebody caught that. Somebody caught that. That was hard. Slav said, question, wanted to ask the main reason why the first... what the heck is happening? Oh, sorry. Why the first trade that we validate we can't take, but only if the next follow-through trade comes. I'm guessing it's because it can still lose even after measurement. Absolutely. Well, just think of it like this. How are you going to know if everything that you need to see is present if you don't see it. Just think about that. If you attempt to take the trade that you're supposed to see, how do you know it's going to end the way you want it to end? Do you know in advance that it's going to end the way that you want it to, if this is the first time that you're seeing that take place? You see? That answers that question. That's why you have to wait. That's why you have to observe. How many times have you seen a trade set up and the setup was gorgeous, it looked great, right? But then for whatever reason, before that clock runs out, the market decided to do something crazy, something else. And it might have decided to do it in the last 10, 5, 3, 1 second of that binary. And the fact that it did it at the last second or towards the end of that binary, it caused that trade to lose. Is that a trade that you want to be in? You understand? That right there, but that I just described to you, that's why. That's why. See, the wisdom and the nuggets here is unlimited. That's why there's no question that you can even ask that there's not an answer for, because we observe and we study the market. That's how we know all this. The market gave us all of this knowledge. Observation and study. Come on, man. So we turn observation and study into focus and execution. Oh, God. Yo, the vibe is crazy today. Turn observation and study into execution and focus. Come on, man. Slav said, just from 301 when you said this is a trade that you could take but shouldn't. Right. Right. And when I was saying that, I was pointing out that it looked good in the setup, but the reason you can't take it is because you don't know what it's going to end like, right? So there you go. Let me come back over here real quick. I saw some comments here. Matthew said, after all this growth, quitting would be a lifelong, man, I should have never. Lord. Jay Carly said, there's a trade every 5 minutes. That don't mean it's going to be a winner. It's easy as hell to lose thinking that you were going to win. Believe me, let that skill kick in and you'll know why you won't lose if you work on yourself first. Facts. She said, I'm more emotional about my last loss after 5 months. No loss than I ever was losing several in the week. Right. Shawnee caught it. Jay Carly caught it. Alright. Walker was good. He said he just got on. Can you start all over so I get all the nuggets? Justin, what's happening, man? Yo, Walker is stupid. Oh snap. Jay Carly said a gorgeous setup without a win means we thought it was gorgeous. Something was missed, something was overlooked. Wow. Come on, Jay Carly. Come on. See, this is why Jay Carly's no joke. You heard what she just said? She said a gorgeous setup without a win means we thought it was gorgeous. Something was missed, something was overlooked. Come on, man. Matthew said we observe just like going to a movie. You watch the entire movie to see all the details to the finish. You aren't going into the theater right after the movie starts and call out in detail how the movie is going to go. Everything is observation, even in trading. Yo, he know how to close it out, boy. That is Mr. Buddha himself. Lord have mercy. Oh, JT about to go skating. What? Come on, man. You about to go make me get my skates. That's a good idea, man. I'm gonna look into some skating actually this weekend. Thank you. Now I'm gonna go skate. Thanks. Oh man, all right. So I got some fried fish to get to, man. Some fried fish, some corn. I gotta get out of here. That's it. Yeah, it's a wrap. All right, y'all. I'm out. So listen, y'all have an awesome weekend. I'll see y'all in training on Sunday. Everybody else, I'll see y'all on YouTube on Monday. Y'all have a good weekend. All right, I'm out. Peace.